Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. Now in this video what we will try to do is we will try to add the loading spinner for this login thing. Why? Because when we are trying to submit here test@test.com and 1 2 3 4 5 6 here, when we are trying to submit here, we know that API call it is being made, but we are unable to see here if we add any loading spinner like that, it will be very easy for us. So in the Redux also we are able to get the login success and the user data is getting stored here. You observe the state. So now we will try to add the loading spinner. So if you want to add this loading spinner, we can use this loading spinner for wherever we are calling the API calls. We can use that loading spinner, and upon success receiving the data, we can hide that loading spinner. So that means we can use it in everywhere. So what we will try to do is we will try to create it as a shared thing. So now what I will try to create is ngGC shared components loading spinner. So I am creating it across the components. Now what I will try to do is, instead of creating shared module and all those things, this course is mainly targeting about the Ngrx, right? So what I will try to do is I will try to add it in the app module only. If you go into this app module, here if you try to see, the loading spinner component has been added. Okay. Now what I will try to do is, so here let's go to the loading spinner. Let's try to do some design. Now if we go here and if you search for pure CSS loader, okay, so we will be having one loading. This is the pure CSS loader. I can copy this one. So let's copy this all CSS and paste it here in the CSS file, sorry. And here they will be giving one HTML also. I can copy this one and I can do this HTML, paste it here also. Okay, this is the loading. So now here, instead of showing it as a white color, what I will try to do is I will show it as a black color. Whatever the color you want, you can use it. Now this is the loading spinner we had it. Now we need to add it to our project. So now where I can add this component. So one thing what we can add, where we can add is in the app component. Why? Because every time when we use this show loading, if you ask show loading means it should be available. The component should be available. We cannot go and add it to each and every module. We cannot go it. So one component where it is loaded all the time across the modules is the app component. Of course, app header also it will be loaded. You can use it in app header also. Right now we will use it in the here in the app component, app loading spinner. Okay, so this is the app loading spinner. If I refresh this page, what you will be trying to see, I am able to see the loading spinner here at the top. I am able to see the loading spinner. Now we will try to do some design for this one. Okay, now if you go to the loading spinner .html, here I will use some div class is equal to loading spinner. Okay, now here I will use this loading spinner, and if I go to the I will write here something like loading data. Okay, now here I will use this loading data, and what I will try to do here, if you go to the CSS, yeah, here I can write something like loading spinner. Now here I can write position of type fixed. Okay, position of type fixed. And what I can do here, so width I can give the width of something like 20, viewport width I can give, and left side it should be something around 40 viewport width. Okay, and from top it should be around 30% or 40%, whatever that you can give. And Z index I can keep it of something like 99 or something like this. Okay, and background color I can give of #FFF. Okay, so that content what is there inside this one, text align I can give center. And another one, last but not least, what I can give is padding. So I can give some padding something like 20 pixel. Let's try to see the output here. If I try to see that, yeah, I'm able to get this one. So let's try to add a border or box shadow. If you want to give box shadow, you can give. Right now I will give only the border. Okay, or something, whatever the border you want, you can give. So if it refreshes, yeah, I got the border. So nice looking loading symbol. What I will try to do is I will try to add the backdrop also. If you want to add the backdrop, I will try to add the backdrop also. here what I can do, here div class is equal to backdrop or something. Okay, so this backdrop I will copy, and here what I will try to do, backdrop. So this one is also position fixed. I can have fixed, so it should be of top 0 pixel, from top it should be, and the width should be of 100%, and the height also should be of 100%. Okay, and background color, it should be of RGBA. Opacity also we need to give, right? So RGBA of 0, 0, 0, 0.5. okay, so and the z index will be 98. It is 99, right? So 98 I will give it. Now if I try to see, nice looking. So box shadow like that we have shown. So now what I will try to do is, so this one it should be shown when the loading, when we are submitting the data to the API. So when we are successful, we need to remove this loading symbol. So how can we do this one? Now we need to do it through the state management. So how we can do it through the state management is, so as this one is a shared component, so this state we cannot keep it in either posts or either in the auth state. Why? Because we cannot keep it in the auth state. If we keep it in the auth state, it should be confined to only to the auth module. So tomorrow for the post data, if you want to use this one, you cannot use it. So for example, here /post, if you want to use this for the post, it will the state will be available only to the auth. Why? Because we are using only for the auth. So now here the posts also we need to add it again, right? In the post.state.ts, here also we need to add it again. So this will be a tedious job for us. So what we can do, so we can create a new state, so that is a shared state which will be available all the components, all the modules. That state data will be available all the components in all the modules, right? So you can have a doubt that, so what about the auth data? Auth data also should be shared across all the data, right? So for example, if you have a token in the post data, if you want to send the token, so we need to get it from the auth. So counter also we need to get it from the auth. So what can we do like that? So we will also keep that one in the shared state. Afterwards we'll keep it. So I will show you this one. So now let's go to the in the app. Let's close this all the modules. Let's go to the store. Here I will create one shared folder, and here I will create something like shared.state.ts. okay, now here what I will try to is export interface. So this is a shared state. Okay, so here I will be having show loading of type boolean. So this is the state variable which is responsible for show loading, and here I will create initial state of type shared state. Okay, so now here what is this one? So I can remove this one. So I can remove the shared state and is equal to, so show loading initially I will keep it as false. Okay, we should not show initially. Okay, so this is the shared state. Now what I need to do is export constant. This one I need to export it. So now what I can do is I will create shared action, shared.actions.ts, and here I will be having export constant set underscore loading underscore action, whatever the name you want you can give. So here what I will try to do is shared state set loading spinner, whatever the data you the name, unique name. So export constant set loading spinner. Okay, so now what I can do, create action, and here I will be using set underscore loading underscore action. Here I will try to send the props here. So the props will be of object, and here I will send status of type boolean. Okay, so this is the action what I will be. So here I will be sending the status whether true or false. So according to that action what I will be trying to send, so it will be making the spinner true or false. Now what I can do is, here I will try to create reducer, shared.reducer.ts. I can create another one, shared.reducer.ts, and here I will be having export function shared reducer. Okay, and here I will be having state and the action, and here what I can do is return underscore shared reducer. So now here I need to send the state comma action here. Now what I can do, so this reducer I need to create it, constant underscore shared reducer. This is the all common, so we have what we have created, how we have created, same like this only we'll be creating. Initial state, so it should be imported from the shared state. So on, so now what I will be having, set loading spinner, sorry, serialize, set loading spinner. So for this one you will be getting the state here. So for the state also you will be getting the action. Now here what I can do, return state, and here what I can use is show loading, right? We are having now action dot status. Okay, so we are setting the loading spinner. So using this set loading spinner action, we can make it true or false by setting the status. Now we can have another one, nothing but the shared dot selector dot ts. Okay, so now here I will create export constant shared state name. Shared state name. I will be having here shared. Okay, so this is the shared state name. So now here we have created the shared state name. Now we have the shared state. Now where I need to add this one. So where I need to add this one. So do I need to add it in every module here? So here in the store module for feature, do I need to add this state everywhere? No. What we need to do is, as this one is shared across all the modules, what we can do is we can share it in the, we can add it in the auth module. So here in the app module. So for root it is empty, right? We can add it here directly. And in the app state we are already having this one, right? So app state, if you go to the app state, so here we are not using this app state. Now what I can do, so here I can remove this one and I can use this shared state name directly. Okay, so that is nothing but shared. So here I can use the shared state. Okay, so here I can use the shared state. Whatever the state, it should be shared across all the modules. You need to add it in the app state. So if you want some state, something like that, it should be shared across only for a particular module, means you can add it as a feature module. So here in the app reducer, I can remove this counter. Why? Because this counter and all those things are the feature state. So I can remove these all the things, and in the app reducer I can use shared state, shared state name colon. So I need to add the shared reducer. So we are not getting the shared reducer. Let's import the shared reducer. Okay, so here I will be having shared slash shared reducer, right? So now here what I can do, shared reducer. So let's add the shared reducer here. So shared reducer we have added. Now in the app reducer we are having, right? Now let's go to the app module and we can remove this all root, sorry, not fx module, so store module, and let's re-add this app reducer. Now it is having the shared state across all the modules. Now I can use it easily across all the things. So now what I can do, let's open this one. So let's open this selector. Now what I will try to do is, so here I will create constant get shared state is equal to create feature selector of, this one is of type shared state. We need to get the shared state, and here I need to give the shared state name. Okay, now I need to remove this auto import. Why this auto import is coming, I don't know. So now here I can export constant get loading. I need to get the loading, right, details. So I need to use it in the components. So create selector, and I can use this get shared state, and I can use this state so that I will return state dot show loading. Okay, whenever you want to get the data from the components, you can use this show loading. Now where I need to use this show loading, here in the app component. Why? Because we are having the spinner in the app component. Now here in the app component ts, I will take one show loading variable of type, it will be returning observable of type boolean, right? So now we will be getting of type boolean. So we are getting as it from the state, so that is the reason. So it will be observable. Now what I will try to do here, implements on init. Okay, so implements on init. So that means what I need to do, ng on init. I can use ng on init. So this is ng on init. Before ng on init, what I need to do, constructor should be there, and we need to import the store. Private store is equal to store of type app state. Okay, so we have imported the store, and in this ng on init, what I can do, this dot show loading is equal to this dot store dot select. What I need to do, get loading. Get loading. Okay, so this is the thing where we will be getting this show loading is an async. So that is the reason what we can do here, star ng if is equal to show loading of type async. Okay, so we can use it directly as an async. Now here if you go and if you try to see here the output, so it is saying the app state. Why all the time I will try to write this app state? If I am writing also, it is removing away. Oh, again this one is coming as a component. See, in all my videos I will be getting this one. Okay, now let's open this one. So now let's go to the login here. Now we are not able to see any login. Now if you try to see here, if you go to the shared state, so if you go to the shared state here, if I make it true, you will be able to see. Now if you try to refresh this one, now you will be able to see the loading. Why? Because this is depending on the state management. Now if you go to the reducer, in the Redux management, if you try to see here in the Redux, and if you try to see the state here you are having the shared state. So that is, it is showing it as a show loading true. If you make it false, now it will go away. Okay, now it will go away. Now you will be able to see it will go away. See, now we will try to apply this one in the loading. So when we need to apply, whenever we are making the call, so API call, we will be showing that loading true, and when we got the data, success data, we need to make it false. So where can I make it, that one? So now let's go to the auth effects. Okay, in the state, in the auth effects, this is the auth effects, and here if you want you can make it. So here we are making the service, right? So just before making the service you can call it here, or otherwise you can go to the login component.ts. This is the place where it starts, the login starts. So here also you can write it, this dot store dot dispatch, right? Dispatch set loading, right? Let's set loading spinner, and we need to send the status. So what is the status I need to send? True. True means I need to show this one, so immediately it will show it. So here the status will be true. Now we are showing. Now when I need to make it false, when immediately I got the data. So when I will be getting the data here in the auth effects. So auth effects is the responsible guy who is making the call. So here I need to inject the store here automatically. We can inject it, private store of type store. Okay, so I can use this app state. So I used this app state without any problem. Okay, now here return constant map. Yeah, here is the data, we are getting successfully the data, right? And here what I can do, this dot store, this dot store dot dispatch, what I can do here, set loading spinner status false. So I need to make it status false. Okay, so we made the loading spinner false. Now let's try to see the data. So now without any problem we got the page is loaded. Now test@test.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now click on the login. See, now we are able to see, and when we got the loading success, the loading spinner has gone away. Now if you try to see here, first loading spinner is loaded. Okay, by making the action true, status true. So in the component we are trying to call, and immediately login start has been fired. And then again after getting the success data, so now first we are making the loading spinner false, and the login success is called. The same scenario is going over here. It is making the loading spinner false, and again it is calling the login success. So whatever the thing we have expected, we have did it. So now here the store.dispatch, we can use it. This is the same manner in every module, in the post module, everywhere you can just simply call this store.dispatch to set loading spinner status true, status false. Status true means it will show the loading spinner, status false means it will not show. So in the false, in the error data also, we will try to do it in the next video, error thing. So we will try to show it the data. Okay, so loading spinner. Now this is how, so now this is how we will be doing the loading spinner. So across all the modules we are using the shared state, we are using the shared state across all the modules. So this is how we will be using the shared state across all the modules. So this is how we will be using the loading spinner. So the data, the project, if you want to see this, all the project and all those things, it is already hosted in the GitHub. So if you want to have this code, you can have this code here in the GitHub /Leela Narasimha. If you go here, so you will be able to see this Ngrx counter. In this Ngrx counter, I will be committing each code. Each video I will be making one branch and I will giving you the code. So you can have a take a look. If you have any doubts while implementing, so you can have a take a look here. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.